don't know what I was gonna say. Anyways, hello. I found this park today and I'm walking through it. Earlier today I actually went to a farmer's market, which was pretty fun. I got peaches and I got potatoes and I got meat pies. And for those of you wondering if those are like super weird food choices to get, then yes, you're right. Those are pretty weird to like get all together, especially when it's peaches, meat pies, and potatoes. I'm not gonna eat them all at once, obviously. Oh, and I also got a cookie. I got a molasses cookie, so that's great. Really hope that the wind isn't too loud for my earbuds, because it kind of feels like I'm shouting. But I'm gonna find a place to sit, and then I think that I'm gonna journal and have fun. So like I was saying, I haven't done a vlog style video in forever, so I apologize if this is like pretty rough, but honestly I just really wanted to get out and explore my neighborhood, explore my area, and just figure out what I could find. Like I said, I went to a farmer's market earlier today, which was super fun, and I think that I'm gonna take this time to journal and actually plan out my week ahead, because believe it or not, I've not been doing that. I kind of dropped off journaling when I moved just because things have been insanely crazy. I haven't really put aside time to do that. It's really funny how much time you lose when you start working full-time. I know that's probably super obvious to everybody who does have a full-time job, but yeah, I didn't know how lucky I had it last year. Not the unemployed part, obviously, but just the amount of time that I had to dedicate to my writing and like to my creative space. I'm lucky that I do have my streams every weekend so that I can like carve out specific time to do those, but honestly if I don't make myself do those, then I might not write during the week, which honestly maybe it's just been this week, because this week has been so busy. But I've been finding that especially if I don't set aside time to write, or if I don't sit down with the intention to write, then it just doesn't happen. And maybe that just goes back to my focus, to like, you know, how I focus well, how I want to be productive, what I have to put my time and energy towards during the week. It's definitely a balancing act. It's definitely something to work on. And it feels like it's been a lot longer since I moved, even though it's realistically only been 1.5 months. Time flies when you're having fun, I suppose. And I feel like I shouldn't put as much pressure on myself to regain the same level of creativity that I did have last year, because obviously that's not going to be the same. So much has changed, so much is different, and I just have to be flexible. So I guess this video is me trying to hold myself accountable for wanting to be more flexible with my writing time and with getting my projects done. So I hope you enjoy. I'm really liking this area that I'm in. I found this river. I'm pretty sure it's like one of the main rivers. I don't know anything. We're figuring this out. But like I said, I can't believe it's only been 1.5 months since I moved. I feel like sometimes there can be the pressure to immediately have everything figured out right away, and that's just not how it is. Like, especially today, that's not how it is. Especially how it's been. And I think that I should stop putting pressure on myself and just do the things that I want. There's a really loud airplane going. It's a helicopter. I'm wrong. Speaking of productivity, I did actually accidentally do a 6-hour stream last night. I wrote for 6 hours, well, with breaks in between, you know, and talking. But I accomplished so much, and when I just said that to all of you. I was like, oh no, I haven't gotten any writing done this week. Like, oh man, I really want to like get a schedule into writing, and I realized that I do. Like, it's my streams. I streamed Friday and I hosted writing sprints. I streamed last night and I hosted writing sprints, which are all completely valid ways of writing. Like, I feel incredibly lucky that I can write with other people, that I can have this community of people to write with and to like hold me accountable, and I hope hold all the rest of you accountable with. I guess the moral of this vlog, moral of this story is, if you think that you're not doing a lot, you probably are. Your brain is tricking you. At least that's how my brain is tricking me into thinking that I'm not doing anything, when literally last night I wrote for 6 hours. Granted, it wasn't any of my main projects, but to be fair, my main projects are out on the beta reader feedback stage. I'm getting feedback from my beta readers through this time, and I usually don't like to go ahead and edit my projects while they're out, while they're like getting feedback, while I'm receiving feedback, because then I feel like if I start writing it, if I start editing it, then sooner or later I'm going to have a completely new draft, and then I'm going to have to send that out to my beta readers before they've even finished reading the first draft. So you can see where it's a catch-22, where I have plenty of other great projects that I'm working on. I finished writing a 10-minute play last week, and I finished writing one complete fanfic today, or at least half of it. I'd say that I wrote to the point where I've gotten everything all plotted out. It's been a good journey of like recognizing that, you know, my writing can't always be plays, can't always be the main manuscripts that I'm working on, because I like to have a whole ton of different projects going on at once. And if some of those happen to be fanfic, then like that's totally valid. And if you're in the same boat, I'm here to tell you that it's totally valid too. Not that you might need a reassurance, but here I am anyways, reassuring you that whatever you're working on with writing, even if you don't think that it's important or whatever, it is. Okay? Yeah, it is. Maybe not comparatively. Like, I wouldn't say that my 50-page Flash and Supergirl fanfic is like as important as my main manuscript that I'm going to try and get published, but it still gives me like the same adrenaline rush, surge of dopamine maybe, when I get those comments and they're like, oh no, how could you? I think the main manuscript is just a little bit longer of a waiting game for that. I don't really know what my point is with this, so I'm gonna go ahead and start journaling. See you all on the other side of the montage. Everybody, and welcome back to the vlog. Yes, it's actually a whole nother day. It's actually a whole new week, and I just wanted to finish off the vlog and talk a little bit about where I'm at and talk a little bit about my creative process and where I'm at with just burnout this month, unfortunately. Or maybe not unfortunately. I feel like burnout in most cases, or at least in my case, is my brain or my body telling me that I need to slow down. Honestly, I know I talked about it before, but this week, this month, this entire 3 months since I moved and since you all got to see my brand new space, here we go, yay, has been really a lot, if I'm gonna be honest. honest. Like, unfortunately, writing for me has fallen a little bit by the wayside. I have been working on the projects that I have enjoyed. When I sit down and when I'm actually focused for a long time, I can really write and I can really focus on what I'm doing, especially if it's, you know, shorter form or getting it all done in chunks. I did write a 10-minute play, which was fantastic. I finished that, so yay. And I've been writing chapters. I've also been working on just organizing my beta feedback for my Project Troll Hunters But Girls, which I know I've mentioned that in like the last 3 videos that I've made, but I want to keep mentioning it because I feel like a large part of the revising process is just getting organized and knowing where you need to go, especially if you receive a lot of feedback at once like I did, which is great. I love feedback, but it also means that I just have very, very big picture stuff to focus on right now and to focus on writing it and revising it. Pitch Wars actually just happened, and it was one of my goals for the summer to hopefully get the novel ready for Pitch Wars by Pitch Wars, but that didn't happen. It's not really like a disappointing thing. It's more just my priorities have shifted, and I really want to make the manuscript the best it can be, and in order to do that, I really need to implement a lot of like big picture world building, full scale sorts of things that I realistically could not and did not accomplish in the month of August, September. I can't believe it's only September. It's actually going to be October tomorrow, so it's been a little bit since I actually finished that vlog and like started editing it. As you can see, we've totally shifted seasons. I'm now wearing a sweater. In that vlog, I was wearing a t-shirt, so you know, things change. But the fact of the matter is that writing for me needs to like come from a very organized point, especially for revising, especially for second, third, fourth drafts. I'm not really sure where I'm at with this vlog. I mean, with this novel, they're all the same. They're all the same to me. But whatever draft I'm on, I really want to do the work for it, and I really want to do the work for it the right way. I guess that's my perfectionist tendencies leaping out there. But I just really want to make sure that I have like all the information that I have before diving into revisions, and at least having a solid plan, like a solid jumping off point to start it at least. And then once I've really gotten a handle on life things, on figuring out that and being as busy as I am now, then I feel like with a plan, I'll feel more comfortable tackling it from the get-go. So if you're a writer who's struggling with that as well, if you're feeling like life is a bit overwhelming right now and you're not as devoting as much time as you thought to your projects, that's totally fine. We're still in a pandemic. We're still navigating like so much, and I think it was moving for me that really showed how everything that's been going on in my life really does impact my writing. That's not to say that I'm avoiding it because of anything that's going on. I just trying to sort out my time and trying to navigate this like huge transition period where I can equally devote time to my actual work, my actual day job and everything, and then to my writing and my creative pursuits, and then of course making content for you all about it. It's a lot, and I know that I'm more real about it. Oh, my roommate's cat just sneezed. It's a lot, and I know that I'm more real about it in these videos than I might have been, but it's just taking me a long time to realize that, yeah, like everything impacts your writing, and you shouldn't be expected to be at the same level with your writing and with how much time you want to devote to it as you were, say, you know, 6 months, 3 months, even, or like at a different point in time in your life and in your writing journey, and I think that's okay. I think that's okay. I feel like there can really be this hustler culture and this hustler culture. I feel like there can really be this hustle culture or this like burnout culture here on authortube and within the writing community. But I also feel like the more that we say that, the more people get that opinion that writers and like people in the authortube community, writers, authors, whatever, creators are actively contributing to this culture of burnout and to this culture of hustling and like getting the writing done at all costs. And that's not gonna work for 95, 99% of the people out there, or even you watching this video. Realistically, that's some of my thoughts on burnout culture and hustle culture and where I'm at personally in my creative process, and just figuring out where I want to go next and how I want to keep focused on my writing while also pursuing the content that I want to make and pursuing the content that I want to have fun with here on YouTube, here on Twitch, etc. That's not to say that it's not fun anymore, because it is. And I'm really grateful that I get to like write and that I get to sit down and focus, even if it's for like 10-15 minutes of a day at a time per week. It's just not sustainable to keep up at the pace that I was, and I think that pressuring myself, and you might agree, let me know if you do in the comments, I think keeping that pressure on myself to keep writing at the pace that I have done before, when there were a whole different load of factors in my life and impacting my writing, just isn't fair to me, my growth as a writer and as a person. Wow, that's really impactful. If you like this video, please go ahead and leave a like, comment, and subscribe below, or whatever order you do them in, and I will see you all next week with a new video. It's gonna be October. Preptober is upon us, everybody. Sometimes I feel that NaNoWriMo never ends. Bye.